Imagine a young, successful lawyer, bright future ahead, life full of promise, and a meeting that changes everything. Ryan Poston was smart, charming, and just starting out in life. He had dark brown hair, deep-set hazel eyes, and a warm, approachable smile that made everyone around him feel comfortable. Ryan Poston was smart, charming, and just starting out in life. He studied law, political science, and history, building a career full of potential. Ryan was born to Jay Poston and Lisa Carter Poston, who remained loving and supportive parents throughout his life, even after their divorce. Beside him was Shayna Hubers, strikingly beautiful with blonde hair, piercing blue eyes, and an energetic, bubbly personality that drew attention wherever she went. She was a college student studying psychology at the University of Kentucky. She loved social media, fashion, and staying connected with her large circle of friends. She lived in a modern apartment near campus, always decorated with bright colors, candles, and fairy lights. Her life seemed fun and full of social energy, until things took a dark turn. In 2011, Ryan, 28, met Shayna, around 20, on Facebook. Their initial chats were playful and flirtatious. Ryan admired Shayna's energy and charm, while Shayna was impressed by Ryan's intelligence and ambition. Their relationship began as passionate and intense. Ryan enjoyed quiet evenings, reading law journals, or watching classic movies, while Shayna preferred lively nights out with friends or posting selfies online. Their personalities were different, yet complementary at first. Soon, though, cracks appeared. Arguments about jealousy, trust, and boundaries became frequent. Friends noticed Ryan's mood shifting from cheerful to anxious. He often confided that he felt trapped but didn't know how to step away. Shayna's energy sometimes turned unpredictable, with mood swings and obsessive attention. At first, Shayna seemed like the perfect girlfriend, attentive, affectionate, always eager to be near Ryan. But soon, that affection began to feel suffocating. She wanted constant reassurance. "Where are you? Who are you with? Why didn't you answer?" Ryan's friends would often see his phone light up dozens of times in an hour. Shayna's messages came one after another, pleading, apologizing, then accusing and demanding. She could switch moods within minutes, from loving and sweet to furious and suspicious. Ryan's friends began noticing changes in him. The confident, charismatic attorney became quieter, more withdrawn. He once joked that he was living under surveillance. He told his colleague, "She reads everything. She knows when I'm online, when I'm not. I just can't breathe anymore." He wanted to break up several times, but Shayna would show up crying, begging, promising to change. Then came the jealousy, not mild, but consuming. Shayna didn't just dislike other women near Ryan, she obsessed over them. She would check his social media, scroll through every comment, sometimes even message people she thought were too close. One night, Ryan mentioned to a friend he had plans to go on a date with Audrey Bolt, a former Miss Ohio and a finalist in the Miss USA pageant. When Shayna found out, she completely lost control, panicking, crying, accusing him of betrayal. She sent him dozens of messages that night, some apologizing, others threatening to hurt herself. Ryan told his parents he felt trapped in a cycle of manipulation. Ryan was a man of order. His apartment reflected his mind, clean, structured, books arranged alphabetically, legal papers stacked neatly. He lived alone in a quiet building in Highland Heights, Kentucky, a peaceful place that soon would become the scene of horror. Shayna knew every corner of that apartment. She often stayed overnight, even when Ryan tried to keep distance. She knew where he kept his belongings, including his gun, a legally owned handgun. Later, investigators confirmed that same gun fired 6 bullets at close range. There were no signs of struggle. For detectives, that detail spoke louder than Shayna's story. Friday, October 12, 2012, a cool autumn night in Highland Heights, Kentucky. The streets were quiet, trees rustled softly in the wind, leaves covering the sidewalks in amber tones. Inside his apartment, Ryan Poston was getting ready for his evening plans. He'd been looking forward to this date, his first in months. The woman he was meeting, Audrey Bolt, was smart, kind, and beautiful, a breath of fresh air after months of chaos. Ryan showered, trimmed his beard, and chose a light blue dress shirt and gray slacks. His friends later said he seemed genuinely happy that day, relieved even. For the first time in a while, he looked like himself again. But not everyone wanted Ryan to move on. Somewhere across town, Shayna Hubers was in emotional turmoil. When she learned through social media and texts that Ryan was going on a date, something inside her snapped. She called and messaged him repeatedly that evening. When Ryan didn't respond, she decided to drive over to his apartment. She later claimed she just wanted to talk. Neighbors later recalled seeing her car pull into the parking lot that night. Ryan likely let her in, maybe out of politeness, maybe hoping to avoid a scene. Inside, their conversation turned into an argument, one that would end in tragedy. At 9:02 p.m., neighbors reported hearing loud bangs, 6 of them. Moments later, Shayna Hubers dialed 911, her voice calm but shaky. When officers arrived, the scene told a different story. Ryan was found slumped in a chair near his dining table, shot 6 times. 2 bullets to the head, 4 to the chest and neck. There were no overturned chairs, no signs of struggle, no defensive wounds. Everything in the apartment was in its place, tidy, organized, undisturbed. Later, detectives would say the scene looked more like an execution than a fight for survival. The shots were close range, deliberate. The placement of Ryan's body, sitting, not lunging, told them he likely never saw it coming. Neighbors described the night as eerily silent until the sound of sirens flooded the street. One woman recalled looking out her window to see flashing lights reflecting off parked cars and an officer guiding Shayna, calm and expressionless, out of the apartment. The night that began with hope and a second chance ended in tragedy.